Hi guys! My name is Fooms, aka Hope, aka Mother Sparkle, and you are welcome to a special episode of Hope Builds a Spark. Yay! Guys, today's episode is so special because as some of you in my kingdom know, as some of you my subjects know, as some of you in my constituency know, Yain's birthday. I celebrated my birthday yesterday. Today is the 9th of August. I celebrated my birthday on the 8th of August. It's such a unique birth date, guys. 8-8. Wow, chef's kiss. So lovely, so unique, so chic. Just brilliant, right? I turned 33 yesterday, and guys, I've been so happy. I've been feeling so blessed. I've been feeling so fulfilled. I have the black man blood in me. Focus. Guys, I'm so happy. This is a special episode. Let me tell you what happened. A couple of days ago, before my birthday, I recorded a special birthday episode to air on my birthday. That was yesterday, which was supposed to air yesterday. But as I was editing, somehow, some way, I deleted the entire footage. So this is take number 2. I had to re-record the entire thing. I think it works perfectly because now I'm feeling more rested. I feel good. I feel fantastic. And today is my annual champagne and cake day. So I have a very, very cute custom, you guys, where after my birthday, the day after my birthday, I take a picture of my birthday cake and I have some champagne or prosecco. And I really love this brand, this Bottega Gold. I buy a mini bottle because there's other stuff in the house and I'm not trying to take too much, so I get a mini bottle of Bottega or Moe, and I just have champagne and cake on my birthday, and I love it so much. I can't wait for my money to come, for my containers to arrive from the high sea. Hey, you guys are going to be in Venice. The kind of customs I will have, take risk and succeed. That's why I've been asking people, give me $10,000, give me $5,000, give me any amount of dollars so that I can be on the path to living the dream, and I will give you people premium content. You know the vibes. But yeah, it worked out in the end, and there was something so deep, you know, because I was feeling kind of down, but not so down because it was my birthday and I was feeling so much joy and happiness, but I was feeling a little down, a little disappointed because I lost all the footage, and that episode was supposed to air yesterday, right? But that was on the 8th of August, because I don't know when this episode will go live. Rather, the way I'm saying yesterday, today, it was supposed to go live on my birthday, right? So I was feeling a little down, and I just heard it very strongly in my spirit. The Lord was saying to me, it is translated as the house of the king that got burnt or that was raised by fire, is a good thing, because when they are rebuilding it, when they are renovating the house and restoring it, it will look even more beautiful than it was, right? And it's just a saying that means don't be so bothered about the things you may have lost, because whatever it is you have lost, when restoration comes, it will be so much beautiful than all that you have lost. Clock it! My translation skills are chef's kiss. But yeah, that's what I heard in my spirit, that whatever you think you have lost, don't bother about it, because the restoration will be much more beautiful than what you have lost. And I just felt very comforted by the Holy Spirit. You guys, God cares about every single thing that goes on in our lives. He's so mindful of us, and I'm so happy to catch glimpses of that in like different aspects of my life and whatnot. So I was like, okay, you know what, today is cake and champagne day, so I'm going to re-record the entire thing, and that's why we're here. And it's even going to be much more fun than it was, because I recorded that episode from a place of tiredness. I was exhausted. I had just done my birthday photo shoots and I was so tired, but I'm a little rested. I'm done with birthday celebrations. As you people know, yesterday's birthday, Olambara, it was a very, very powerful something. Why? I used my free will, and I did my child dedication and my naming ceremony. For those who are not Nigerians, right? When a baby is born, 8 days after, they have a naming ceremony. So we don't just name our kids right off the right off the birth canal. Just give birth to your baby like, oh, I name you Noah, I name you Zerubbabel. No, we wait for 8 days, we keep the name of the child, or we deliberate on the name of the child for like 8 days, and on the 8th day, there's a naming ceremony. 8 days or 7 days, I don't know, it's between those two, 8 or 7 days, depending on culture, right? So on the 7th or 8th day that the baby, after the baby has been born, there's a naming ceremony. It's a very big party, you guys. Big is relative, honestly, dependent on the economic situation of the people celebrating, but it's usually a party where people just come, well-wishers come to wish the baby well. There are a bunch of activities done to usher the baby into the world formally and name the child, and the name of the child is unboxed. It's revealed, it's unveiled, right? I didn't get that as a child, you guys. My older brother got a naming ceremony. My younger sister got a naming ceremony. My baby brother got a naming ceremony, right? But you see, me and my favorite sibling, my Irish twin, Bolaho, we did not get naming ceremony, right? And I still hold it over my parents' head till today, till tomorrow. So yeah, we didn't get naming ceremonies, and that explains a lot, to be honest. That's why we are like the black sheep of the family. We were the black sheep of the family. Now we are the golden boy and girl type shit. But but we didn't get naming ceremonies. So I decided to use my free will to the max and organize my own naming ceremony according to my standards. I made party packs. There was food. There was like a cute little snack station. There were drinks, lots of drinks, and yeah, we just had a great time. I just had a great time with my guests, with my family. It was fabulous. I had so much fun, you guys, so much fun. I think this is the best birthday I've had yet, because I was surrounded by so much love. I didn't feel alone. I was reminded of who I was, or who I am to people, how important I am and how important my work is in this world. And that's just a blessing. It's such a blessing. I thank God for such a wonderful day, right? In the video that got deleted, I was just speaking about my mindset, how I feel about turning 33, and it's such a blessing, you guys. I think younger me will look at older me now, will look at me now, and this is everything I didn't even know I wanted to be, right? I am the coolest, I'm the baddest, I'm the most balanced person I know. I am so much fun, I am so impactful, and there's so much more that I have to do by the grace of God in this world. And younger me will be so impressed, younger me will be so proud, younger me will be so satisfied, because even as I am here now, I'm loving myself. I love the life I'm living, I love where I am. There's usually a misconception that when you grow older and your life is not aligned to societal expectations of how your life should unfold or what your life should look like at certain ages, you will feel a bitter, sweet feeling. I don't identify with that. I cannot relate. I give all the glory to God. There was no bittersweet anything. It was sweetness throughout. Like in my 30s, it has just been sweetness, sweetness, sweetness. I'm so happy to be here. I'm not one of those people who will wish for good old days. The good days are here, right? I'm not one of those people that will say, oh, I wish for the good old days. Take me back. Don't take me back. Oh, nothing will ever make me want to go back to where I'm coming from. The autonomy I have as a woman, the adult money I have, the where I live my life on my own terms. I love it so much. All the things that constitute little pieces of the life that I live now, that I love so much. I love so much, and I will not trade these things for the world. So I love it here. There's no bittersweet feeling. There's a misconception that you'll be happy, but you'll be thinking of the things you don't have. I don't identify with that. I cannot relate, because I am of the opinion, and I learned this very early, right, when I got saved, that God is so mindful of me. God is so jealous for me. God loves me deep, you guys. I know He loves everybody, but He loves me so deep, such that whatever I need, I always get. So if I don't have anything now, it's because I simply do not need it or I'm not ready for it. That's how confident I am in God's providence. I'm so secure in the providence of God. I'm not one of those people who have secret prayers like, oh God, I'm happy on the outside, but on the inside, I'm asking for this thing. I'm not one of those people. I believe so much in the providence of God. Sometimes it even looks like resignation, or it looks like I'm not ambitious, because I am so deeply rooted in the understanding of God's providence and God's mercy. By His mercy and His grace, I am. Right? God is the God of exceedingly abundantly, far above all I can ask or think. What can I plan for myself, and what can I think that will ever come as close as the best that God has for me? Nothing. And I'm so grateful that I learned this early, because I'm so grounded in contentment. I don't think anybody has a better life than I do. I don't think I have a better life than anybody, right? I'm just where I'm meant to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I am at the right place at the right time, and it has nothing to do with what I could have accomplished for myself or what I could have done with my own hands. I'm at the right place at the right time because the Lord has imputed the righteousness of Jesus upon me. I am where God is. I'm at the center of His will. So because of this, I'm at the right place at the right time, and that's what righteousness means, right? So it means I'm not lacking anything. I don't wish for a different life than I now have. I'm just in a fantastic place. I'm in a beautiful place, and I really, really thank God for it, right? I was just thinking back. I found God when I was 25, you guys. And before then, I was what you would call an ethical bad girl, meaning that I was bad on paper, but there were many, many thresholds I never crossed. I had a very strong sense of self, even when I did not know who I was. I had very strong boundaries as well, and I always honored my boundaries. For example, when I was a child, I clocked very early the gender dynamics around sexual relations and whatnot. And as much as I deeply desired love, I deeply desired validation and acceptance, I sat down and I thought to myself, like, why is it that women always get flack? Women always get the worst for copulating with men. And men always seem to come out clean, right? But women have a hard time because they are coupling up with men. They're having sexual relations with men. It just never made sense to me. And this was me in my feminist era, right? I didn't get why a woman was was seen by society as incomplete unless she had a man, right? You guys, one of the questions I got so much of yesterday was, oh, God will give you your husband, don't worry. I'm like, girl, I'm not worried. I don't know what you're talking about, because me in my feminist era, I was never thinking of marriage. I would think of companionship, yes, but not necessarily marriage, because I clocked it very early, you guys, that marriage under the wrong circumstances only benefited men. Like my icon Chimamanda would say, it's the men who are benefiting. So to me, what I've always wanted was my own money, my own career, my own everything. I wanted to feel complete in myself. So even as a feminist, and even when I was in the world, I never idolized marriage as such. I think it's even when I got saved with the whole kingdom marriage craze, I was crazy for a bit, but I called myself back, and I will even talk about that as we go. But it just did not make sense to me that women were seen as, or are seen as, incomplete persons only completed by a man, or when women sleep with men, their value is reducing. It made no sense to me, right? And we can say things like, oh, don't care, just do what you want. I'm sorry, I've always been a person who counted the cost. I've always been a person who weighed my options. So for me to do anything in this life, it must make sense to me. It must be valuable to me. I don't care what anybody thinks. If it is not valuable to me, I'm not going to do it. And I've always been like that, right? So very early, I remember when I was a child, there was this dirty joke I heard, and the joke was simply something along the lines of, a key that can open all the padlocks is a master key, but a padlock that can be opened by any key is a useless padlock. And I knew what that meant, right? I'm like, what is the point? My stance back in the day was women should not be sleeping with men for free. They shouldn't even be sleeping with men at all, because if sleeping with the man makes you dirty, why would you want to be dirty? Like, we are being called a shower for less. So I made up my mind as a child I wasn't going to sleep with anybody until I had, the companionship that I really wanted. I never got it, so hey, I never crossed that threshold, right? And that even ties back to why I never really kept relationships, because it's a very strange thing in this world to find people who are willing to wait until marriage, and I was very determined to wait until something concrete or marriage, right? So I never really had any relationships. Like, I remember even when I was as young as 14, you guys, I was so proud of the fact that I am a virgin and whatnot. And you find elderly men toasting me and they'll be like, are you not ashamed of yourself? Big girl like you at the age of 14, big girl like you're still a virgin, that kind of. And I clocked it very, very fast that these men are being insane, they are being mental. Do you think you can shame me into doing something I don't want to do? You must be mad. That has always been who I am as a person, right? It's just when I got saved, my reasons for practicing abstinence, for example, now changed to, oh, I want to honor God with my body, I want to honor God with my life. It wasn't always like that, I'm not going to lie, right? But that's just an example of how strong my sense of self was. I was like, me, I don't want to be the padlock that any any key with your lock, they will open your padlock and they will not tell you rubbish. Like, and I can even tie it to the sense of pride that I had, away from God and whatnot. So I've always been a person of conviction, for the longest. And I found God when I was 25. At that point, I was tired of being a person of conviction. I was tired of so many things in my life. I was depressed. I was having suicidal ideation. I was just lost and broken. For context, I got into university at the age of 21. Before that, I was in 3 universities trying to study law. I knew that I had to study law. I'll go into that. That's like story time for another time. But I was very determined. I knew I had to study law and whatnot. So, like, I got into uni at the age of 21. So many obstacles. And it wasn't because my results were not good. My results were always some of the best results that you will ever find anywhere. I've always been very, very book smart by the grace of God, right? Got into uni at the age of 21, and I went from being the youngest anywhere, because I finished secondary school very early at the age of 14. I went from being the youngest in the room to now being one of the oldest in the room and whatnot. And coupled with all the things I was going through at home, in my business, in school, because by the time I entered school, I'd already lost all my ambition, all my vim, all my anything, and I was like, what's the point of everything? I was so tired. At the point I found God, I was deep in depression. Like I said, I wasn't keeping relationships because nobody wanted to wait. Everybody wanted to, they would treat you like suya and cold stone ice cream. They wanted to taste before they had anything serious. So I'm like, why is my body the price to pay for a relationship? It just did not try to be. So I was losing talking stages and situationships and relationships very fast. It was so crazy. I was so alone. I was lonely. I was depressed. I was so sad. And on top of all of that, there was a bubbling anger and resentment towards God within me, because I grew up in the church for the most part, and I saw so many evil things being done in the name of God. I have a whole story time on, why my family left the church at some point, but it was so crazy. I was like, if people who are calling the name of God and people who are supposed to be representatives of God are this vile, this foul, and God is just looking, he's not fighting for his children, like, why am I here? If you have read my book, The Advocate's Advocate, you see the first pages, that's my story. In fact, the whole book is sort of like my story. I was so mad at God, and I was agnostic for a while. It was a very short while, because like I said, God is so jealous for me. He doesn't let me stew. I can testify to so many instances of the hand of God on my life, his preservation over me. So many different things, man. But I was agnostic, I was depressed, I was sad, I was in the gutter. And I decided to take matters into my own hands. I'm like, what this good girl, person of conviction I've been doing all my life, what has he brought me? Where has he led me? I'm only miserable. I don't have somebody to love. Nobody loves me. I'm growing old and I'm still in school. I'm going to finish everything at the age of 27 because I studied law, like I said. I'm going to finish everything at the age of 27. So what's the point? How will I be following God? How will I be calling God? And I wasn't even really following him. I was just born in a Christian home and my parents were pastors. But I felt this type of entitlement to God. And I'm like, if you're not going to help me through this life in the way I want to be helped, then what's the point? What am I doing here? And I was determined, I was schooling in the University of Ilorin. So I was determined to go to Lagos and become the baddest sugar baby to ever sugar baby. And just before I made that decision, the Lord captured me, handcuffed me, captured my heart, and boom, it has been 8 years of such a beautiful life with God. One of my greatest regrets, if I can say that I have any, is not finding God earlier. I wish I found God earlier, because I was just doing rubbish before I found God. It was such a horrible life to live outside God. God has given my life so much meaning. He has given my life so much beauty. God is my beauty. He's the glory of my life. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart when I say, look, I don't imagine a life that is different from the life I now live. This is the best life. I'm living my best life. I'm living the best life because I'm the hollow of my Savior's palms. Like, I'm safely rooted in the providence of God. Every morning when I pray, one of the things I thank God for is my salvation. I tell God, I thank you so much for the salvation of my soul. I thank you for the privilege of access to you, because what will I be doing? Where will I be? Where would I go without God? And it has just been such an amazing time, you know. It has been 33 years of existing on this side of existence. It has been 8 years of truly walking with God and knowing God, and God has been so faithful. And it's only by his faithfulness alone that I am faithful, because I have no boast but Jesus. I have nothing to present to the world. But I feel so joyful, I feel so content, I feel so at peace. I'm 33, there's so much I don't have, but I don't feel cheated by God, because like I said, God is he's so mindful of me. Whatever I need, he always gives me even before I ask. Such that if I don't have anything now, it's because I don't need it. Right? God has been so faithful to me. He has touched so many lives with my own. Yesterday, the testimonies I just heard from people who were wishing me well. But thank you for saying yes. Thank you for obeying God. Thank you for working with God. So many people are so inspired by my life. And I don't want to cry. It's so crazy. Guys, I don't have anything that can be considered as an advantage in this world. Like I said, I come from a very humble background. My parents did not have anything. We come from the minority of the minority. Like, my village, you can't even identify it easily on the Nigerian map, right? I come from nothing. I'm the most ordinary person to ever ordinary in this world. And I'm not even trying to be humble. That's just the truth. God just turned my life around, and he made me this person who is somebody who can inspire people, who can touch lives, who can represent him on this earth with all my flaws, with all my failures, with all my shortcomings. God said, you might be an idiot, but you're my idiot, you're my favorite idiot. I thank God so much. I'm so grateful. I'm just so thankful. That's the space I'm in. I give God all the glory. I feel no regret. I feel no shame, no embarrassment. Yes, I'm 33. I'm not married yet. I don't have a car. I have a funny story about that. I still see my car around, but it's not with me anymore. I didn't sell it, but that's a story for another time. I don't have any inheritance. I don't come from a family with a name that opens doors. Have I don't have any privilege at all. But God is my greatest advantage, and He has shown me that He's greater than all these things I think I might lack, or I would be inclined to think that I lack. And I just thank God. If you're watching, this can be your testimony too. As in a world that is so insatiable, in a world with so much discontentment, you too can be satisfied and peaceful, and you can be at rest in God. Jesus will change your life. He will transform your life such that even when you go through the thick of it, even when you go through death, even when you go through all the things that people are so afraid of in this world, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, literally, you will not be afraid, because God will be there with His discipline and His guidance, and He will reach you safely in His providence. His providence accounts for you. If you want Jesus to be your Lord and Savior, if you want to rededicate your life to God, please say this prayer. So guys, that's the mood I'm in. I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful. I don't feel any bittersweet, it's just sweetness. I'm so excited for everything God has in store for me. I'm so thankful for all that God has given, and I'm thankful for all that God will still give me. I'm just very content, you guys. I'm very happy, very pleased. It's very bonita, very beautiful. And the interesting thing is that the older I grow, the more beautiful I get. Like, take a look at your girl. Spotless, shiny, beautiful. Mwah. I love it so much. I'm so happy to be aging with grace. I'm happy, to have accomplished so much in such a short time, simply because I decided to follow God. Finding God at 25 was the most important decision I've ever made in my life. It is the one singular step I took that changed the entire trajectory of my life, and I just give God all the glory and all the praise. And I thank you guys for celebrating with me, for loving me, for all your kind words, everything. I had such a great time with my family, with my loved ones, with my well-wishers, and yeah, it was such a beautiful time. I give God all the glory. That's how my day went. So my birthday / naming ceremony / child dedication. The good. I woke up with so much energy and joy. I did not experience birthday blues this year. I did not experience any dark clouds or anything. I was joyful completely. All my photos ate down, guys. It was just me, my iPhone 16 Pro Max, my office, and the world, my compound, my sister. Hey, my sister really did so much. All my siblings came through for me. My sister did my makeup, styled my outfit, styled my hair, took all my photos. It was fantastic, right? My siblings came through with so much energy and joy, and they kept me company. They made me laugh. All my siblings just did the damn thing, man. It was such a beautiful time. There was so much food, you guys. I ate, and I was insert the entire clip here so that you can see what I got up to on my birthday. It was really nice, and I really thank God for such an amazing time. The bad, I didn't have ugly, was the beautiful, the good, and the bad. The one thing I did not like was guys, all the elderly people who reached out to me, man. They were so cute, and it was just marriage. Oh Jesus. You are not married, don't worry. I'm like, how do I want to tell these elderly people that I'm not worried? I don't identify with the emotion worry, first of all. And not to now talk of even in marriage to start with. I'm not a person who thinks of these things, right? As I'm like this, my only priority is to look beautiful, to take care of myself, take care of my family and my loved ones, to be the person God wants me to be in whatever context He requires. So continue to do ministry, to travel the world. I really want to travel more. I want to go out more, have fun more. I want to build my YouTube. These are the little elements that make up my idea of a fulfilled life. I'm not a person who is desperate for marriage. I don't idolize marriage because I tend to not idolize anything thanks to the discipline of God. But marriage most importantly, because I now know that marriage is a ministry, it's a huge commitment. It's not something you desire without knowing what you are getting into. It's not same with motherhood. When you're a mother forever. All those things that people say, well, have your children early so that you can rest. You're never going to rest. You'll be a mother forever. And at this time, I'm reparenting myself. I'm my own priority. So I'm not thinking of marriage as something that I lack or something that I'm worried about or I wish I had. No, I think I'm at the right place at the right time, doing the right things. The only thing I want is money, you guys. If you see my wish list, money, that's all I want, because that's the only thing I see that I don't readily have as much as I want, because money will help you greatly accomplish so many things, right? So money, I don't have that. I need a lot of that. But these elderly, especially the ones from my village, Jesus, no shade, no tea. I was like, oh, is she married? When I get married, oh, don't worry, God, bro, I'm not worried. I have bigger fish to fry, bigger fishes, bigger prawns, bigger snails to fry. I'm like, oh, when she gets married, I'm like, oh, please. It got to a point where at first I found it cute and funny, but it got to a point where I was pissed, because it's like people are trying to impute worry into me. Like, why are you speaking so confidently? Why are you assuming that I will be like, if people in the world are doing that, me, I'm different too. I'm in God, and we don't do that over here. So it felt like you're trying to impute their standards of, oh, this is how I would feel if I were in your position, so this is how you should feel. But I can't relate. I'm having the best time ever. I'm enjoying my family, enjoying myself. So that was a little off-putting. What else? I did not get enough money. And that's very bad, you guys. Did you not get the memo? I've told you our budget. We need $10,000. Why are we not making this happen, guys? But jokes apart, I'm just grateful for everybody who is supporting me at this time. Look, you guys are the realest and the baddest. Yeah, so that's the only negative, that's the only downside. But apart from this small things, my day was fantastic. I ate and ate and ate. I'm here with my champagne. Cheers, guys. So good. I think I prefer Prosecco to champagne, because Prosecco is just very light and crisp, and I really like that. But yeah, send me money, guys. So that I can be a champagne girly, I can be a Prosecco girly. But yeah, I just had a fantastic time, and I thank God so much. It was a vibe. If you still want to get me things, please, my wish list is still there, right? Give mama something for birthday. Press something inside my aza, and as you do so, may the Lord bless you. I had a great time, and I'm just so grateful to God for everything. I can't even state this enough. It was such a vibe. 100/10. Highly recommend. So guys, thank you so much for celebrating me. I have this party popper here. I hope it works, but I've always wanted to do this for my birthday. I hope no confetti flies into my cake or my drink. Wherever you are in the world, join me for this beautiful moment and say happy birthday, folks. Yeah! Oh my god. Guys, I've always wanted to do that. If you made it to the end, you are the realest, you are the baddest, and this one is for you. I love you. Until next time, you guys. No flower for you because it's my birthday. You give me the flower this time, okay? You give me the flowers. Guys, it has been so beautiful. And yeah, love you guys. Until next time.